the Mega Man 10 task just got even crazier. And that's because this time we're going to be playing as Bass. And you might not think there's a big difference, but if you saw the Rockman and Forte tasks, then you know that there's a pretty big difference between Mega Man and Bass. Now, of course, just like the last task, we are starting in Commando Man stage, and one of the first things you'll probably notice, if it's not the fact that Treble is in this game instead of Rush, which is a different ability that I'm sure we'll get to see, is that Bass can dash, that makes this run significantly different and a lot faster. Let me move my mics kind of in front of my face, but yeah, that's why this run is about 5 minutes faster than the original task, which is a huge time improvement, especially as far as task is concerned. And I'm excited to see how Treble's going to play in all this as well, because Rush played a pretty big part, and I'm pretty sure Treble's even more overpowered than Rush. Plus, Bass can shoot faster. Bass is just way more overpowered. It's like an easy... Oh, look at that. We're already seeing Treble. And there's Treble off the top of the screen in this. Now, in the last task, I did say you can't do that with Rush Jet, but apparently you can. I've never tried going off the top of the screen with Rush Jet. That's why I assumed you couldn't, because I tried to do just like in the middle of the Daru Sandstorm with Rush Jet, and that did not work out very well. But apparently if you go off the top of the screen, you can do that, which is good to know. And Bass has already gotten to the end of the stage. But will Bass's dashes help him in the boss fights? I guess we'll find out. Well, apparently with Commando Man, it does not really matter, because he still has that invincibility frame glitch, so yeah. Next up, we're going to be going against Blade Man. So it appears we're having the exact same route as the last time, but of course we do have 6 other Robot Masters to attack, so I guess we'll see. Now, Blade Man stage was already crazy to watch the first time, and of course in Mega Man 10 you can switch weapons with L and R, which means you don't have to pause the game, which means we're going to be seeing a lot more weapon use in this game, which is great for tasks. Like, we're going to be seeing a lot more impressive things. But I'm excited to see what Bass is able to do with a dash jump, since I assume he could jump a lot farther than Mega Man. So that's why Bass didn't stop at the store, by the way. In the Mega Man task, Mega Man stopped at the store to get a spike invincibility thing and a beat to jump over some holes that are normally impossible, and Bass took that out faster than Mega Man, I believe. Also, Treble in Bass's ability is so cool. I mean, I love Rush, but that ability is insane. I mean, it's the super adapter. How can you compete with that? I know this is just basically easy mode, but still, I wanted to watch this task because it's a lot different than Mega Man, as we've already seen, so let's see how these jumps come into play. Alright, okay, that one just took invincibility frames. I don't know why Mega Man didn't do that. And here, oh, I guess you could also use Treble, but you don't have to. You could just do the slide jump like I predicted. Okay, and the stage is already done. And now it's time to fight Blade Man, who is weak to Commando Man, but specifically the explosions and not the missiles. So, that fight was pretty easy. And next up is Chill Man, which once again, I believe was the third boss in the last game, but I don't remember the last task that well, so I'm pretty sure we are in the same route, though. And again, seeing the dashes is so nice. This is going to be so much faster of a run. And also, there is something with the Blade Man weapon that I didn't know about in the last task that I'll try to explain this time when it comes up. But right now we're just seeing crazy stuff, breaking all these blocks. Bass is zooming through these rooms. Unlike Rockman and Forte, where like the tasks are almost even because Bass has a really long thing when you fight the boss, and like invincibility frames when you fight the boss. This game just seems to be Bass beating the levels significantly faster than Mega Man, and the bosses are about the same, so that's why this task is 5 minutes faster. I mean, look at this smooth gameplay. This is much more, like, the Mega Man run was already extremely impressive, but seeing it with Bass is just like, it's another level, literally another level, like I said earlier. But anyway, that was the stage. It's already done. Now, Chill Man is not weak to Blade Man's weapon, but if you land all 3 blades on the same frame, it does all the damage at once, and it kind of ignores invincibility frames, which I noticed something like that was happening in the last task, but I didn't fully understand it, so thank you, comment section, because they explained that to me. Up next, we have Nitro Man, who is weak to Chill Man, so again, I do think this is the same route. Once again, we have banging music, a beautiful stage with stars in the background. We're seeing Bass dash, which is, you know, again, I can't stress this enough, it's very fun to watch, makes the run a lot faster, makes it a lot cleaner, a lot smoother, if you will. And wow, last time I'm pretty sure Mega Man had to jump up there and change the direction of the trains. Bass, who cares? Bass can dash. He doesn't need to catch a train. And in the last task, I said, why would you walk when you can catch a train? That's true even in real life. But if you can dash, I mean, my goodness, he's quite literally doing the dash. I don't even know what that was supposed to mean, but it looks cool, okay, guys? We're seeing some cool stuff here. I guess these rooms aren't super interesting because it's just Bass dashing, but it just goes to show how much faster Bass is than Mega Man when it comes to Mega Man 10. Again, in Rockman and Forte, there are much more nuanced differences, so I highly suggest you check out those tasks if you haven't. Not just because it's a video I made, but also because that honestly got me into speedrunning, watching Rockman and Forte speedrun, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. Also, we're seeing some swag strats I'm kind of not pointing out, so I apologize for that. Bass is just barely, like, why is he jumping up there? He doesn't have to do that. Oh, we're going to see a lot of... Oh, you don't even have to slide jump. You just slide between those platforms. Crazy. And the stage is done. These stages are so short with base. And it's time to take on Nitro Man, who's weak to Chill Man and... well, every weapon that we have. We used Commando Man, Blade Man, and Chill Man to take him down, which was interesting. Next up is Strike Man, who is finally weak to Blade Man, but I don't think that really stops base from using Blade Man against every other boss in this game, but... You know, whatever's faster. TAS is running this game. I don't know if you guys are familiar with TAS, but this guy is great. Someone in my comment section, again, I apologize because I forgot the name, said that they met TAS at AGDQ, which is a charity speedrunning event that happens twice a year. AGDQ happens once a year, but, you know, there's that. Anyway, it's a great event. You should check it out. I'm sure you've all heard of it, but apparently one of my commenters met TAS there, and TAS gave out a frame-perfect handshake, which... very impressive. TAS never fails to impress. And this is one of my favorite weapons in the entirety of Mega Man 10. This Metal Blade looking weapon, it's so fun to use and just go up walls. I don't know why we didn't get anything like that before this. I assume it's because that's hard to program and like this is later in the Mega Man cycle, but still, what an amazing weapon. Oh, again, these mini bosses just get killed so fast. It's insane. Yeah, so going up ladders is going to be faster. Base already has fast horizontal movement. Now the vertical movement is just cracked. Oh my gosh, every weapon is being swapped to as well. This is why I really like the LNR edition. And the stage is over. The stage is already over. I can't even speak. Strike Man's fights should be pretty self-explanatory and straightforward, but let's watch. Okay, yeah, no, he's dead. And next up, we have Sheep Man, who is weak to Strike Man's weapon. Now, in the last test, I made a joke wondering why Sheep Man was weak to balls, because I didn't really put any thought into it. I didn't really use my brain. I was just like, that's kind of funny that he's weak to balls, but it's because it's rubber. Now, I didn't think it was rubber because it was a baseball, but I mean, that pink ball is obviously made out of rubber, and obviously electricity does not conduct through rubber, which my comment section very gracefully pointed out, so thanks, guys. I genuinely didn't know that Strike Man's weapon was made of rubber, though. That's something I just never thought about. Strike Man's a baseball. I don't think baseballs are made of rubber. Maybe I'm mistaken about that. I'm not sure. But that is why Sheep Man is weak to Strike Man's weapon. Bounce Man makes more sense that it's made of rubber, but whatever. They have similar weapons anyway. Also, because we're on Sheep Man's stage, shout out to Sheepwave TV. Haven't done it in a while. Sheepwave is the homie. Great guy. Makes great music. Check him out on Twitch. He has a YouTube channel as well. Do you like music? Watch Sheepwave. Do you like Mega Man? Keep watching this. I guess subscribe. I don't know. I don't want to plug things and stuff like this. I mean, we're just watching an amazing task together. This is fun. And I don't know. This is fun to watch, though. I really enjoy these tasks. I'm glad you guys did too. Again, I didn't originally plan on covering every single Mega Man game because I'm not as familiar with speedruns of these. I've seen every Mega Man be speedrun at least once, and the stage is over, by the way, just so you know. But to clarify, I've seen every Mega Man game be speedrun at least once, but it's really 1 and 2 that I'm the most familiar with, so... But you guys love those videos so much, so I couldn't let you guys down. And yeah, Sheep Man's dead. A mix of knives and rubber takes out Sheep Man. Up next, we have Pump Man, who is weak to Sheep Man, so the weakness chart is finally back in sync with the run, because TAS has been using Blade Man. You guys have seen what's going on. Those first couple of rooms remind me of a Shadow Man stage from Mega Man 3 for some reason. Like, it's kind of like inverted. Like, imagine if instead of water, we had those weird lava backgrounds. I don't know. I'm talking about nothing. Look at this amazing dashing to get fast. Ooh, not going on the right side. This is a route change from last time. I wonder why this is faster. I guess we'll find out. Well, I assume it's because you can dash. What a jump. What a jump right there. Oh my gosh, these enemies are moving very fast. Is that just me? Am I crazy? Is this because everything else is moving fast? I don't know. This is just everything's fast in these runs. Oh, and of course using that weapon to go up. Oh my god. Is this just because it's base that they're moving that fast? I won't lie, I've only beaten the game as base once, but that's the entire stage. How is he so fast? But will base be able to beat Pump Man? It's time to find out. I also found out that with Sheep Man's weapon, if that's the weakness, that when a boss is getting electrocuted by the lightning bolt, when you shoot an extra cloud into the boss during that time, it registers as a lightning bolt, which is why it does so much damage. Again, thank you to the comment section. If I missed anything in this run, feel free to comment it, because I do read them. I haven't had time to respond to them in a while, but at some point in the near future, I will go and respond to like all the comments at once. I typically tend to do that, but it's kind of overwhelming sometimes, so I do apologize. But anyway, next up we have Solar Man, who is weak to Pump Man's water shield, which I don't know if you noticed, but we just got that. And immediately we see the vertical movement from this amazing weapon. Probably my favorite weapon from this game. I mean, how could it not be? It's just so cool. It might not be the most overpowered, but look at that. You can go up walls. What else could you want? That's cool. I mean, come on. Like Mega Man X could wall jump, but that's not as cool as that. I like wall jumping. I'm a fan. And nice water shield getting some use just to slide through here. Now we get the 2 flaming birds. How is this going to go? Looks like pretty well. The same strat that Mega Man uses as well. Interesting, interesting. Of course, using that to go up the ladder, always. When will that ever not be the case? Mega Man used Rush a few times, but I assume that's the thing with treble in this game. I lost my train of thought, but I think treble is slower than Rush, I think is what I was saying, when it comes to going up ladders. But it doesn't matter when you got this thing. It can't be that much slower. This thing, I mean. Geez, the whole room is like, what is it, like 20 frames? Like, it's not even a full second going up into the room. Obviously ignoring the transitions. And the stage is already over. I am so baffled by how fast these stages are being completed. And now it's time for Solar Man to meet his demise, getting hit with blades and water to take him out. Again, very fast. Oh, that doctor. Oh, cover your ears. No. No. It's the worst noise of all time. I hate this noise. And we also see the biggest castle from any Mega Man game ever. Maybe that video will come soon. Maybe it won't. Leave a comment if you want to see a video ranking every Wily Castle by size. Surely that'll be interesting. Surely. By interesting, I mean it won't be, but anyway. Now, this is Wily 1, the beginning of it, but the soundtrack considers this to be Wily Stage 0. I don't know why, but just, we get a different theme after this boss fight, so really the rain section is Wily 0? Maybe because you're outside the castle? I don't know, but this is the Robot Archive. One of my favorite concepts for a Wily boss ever, and it just gets destroyed because, yeah, that's TAS for you. And here we get the epic music. Now we're really inside of Wily 1. There we go. That was the Wily 0 boss. Now we're inside of Wily 1. Ooh, and of course, those are always so efficient. Like, it's hard to appreciate destroying those timed platforms because it's kind of like an auto-scroller because you have like a mandated waiting period, but it's so efficient. Like, it's, again, like right here, it's gonna be hard to appreciate this, but it's as efficient as possible to the frame. Like, Base is jumping up in the air to get the falling momentum. I actually don't know how falling momentum works in Mega Man 10, but I know in 1 and 2 that would increase your speed a little bit. And here's another Wily Archive already. How is this going to go? What are you gonna do, Base? What are you gonna do? You got 6 Robot Masters, or 3 at once, you know. There's Ring Man dead, Flame Man already died, and Napalm Man is also dead. Wow, alright. And that was just the mid-boss, though, Base. You better prepare for the next Robot Archive. Surely it won't be any easier. Oh, look at that. Do you see how Base was in sync with these squares? Base dashes as fast as the squares from the mouse guys. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty fast. I don't know how many meters per second that is or whatever, but pretty fast. Probably not quite light speed, but pretty fast. Oh, and he shot up. Crazy, crazy. He's just flexing on Mega Man at that point, because Mega Man can't shoot up. He doesn't know how to do that. I don't know why Mega Man doesn't know how to point his buster in the air, but he's never known how to do that unless you hand him a metal blade, in which case, suddenly he can shoot wherever he wants. But even in Rockman and Forte, he couldn't do that. That was one of Base's main pros to Mega Man. And Wily 1's already finished. We finished Wily 0 and Wily 1, meaning it's time for the final Robot Master Archive, containing a Robot Master for Mega Man 7, 8, and 9. But how will this fight go? Well, assuming it's TAS, probably pretty easy, okay? First one's dead, second one's dead, and the third one is dead. So, yeah, that boss fight was pretty quick. It's time for Wily Stage to, killing that thing to get a, what was that, weapon energy? What was picked up right there? It was too fast. Oh, and being able to dash on these conveyor belts, good grief. Again, I'm just baffled. I'm baffled here how fast these stages are being completed. I mean, I know it's TAS, but we literally just saw this TAS as Mega Man who is not able to slide or dash in this game, and this is so much faster in comparison. I mean, sure, stuff like the boss fights and the mini-boss fights are going to be pretty similar because, I mean, they're basically the same in that regard. Ooh, barely missing that Crusher as well. Cutting it close here. We have Octobulb once again, who will get destroyed pretty quickly. Ooh, nice job, Base. Nice job, Base. Or TAS, I should say. Ooh, almost looked like he's wall jumping off the spikes. What are you doing, Base? Calm down. My goodness. Oh, we must need more Commando Man and Blade Man. Again, with weapon pickups, they are slower. If you didn't notice, the game freezes in every game except for Rockman and Forte, which is another reason that game is amazing and everybody should play Rockman and Forte on the Super Nintendo specifically. But yeah, when you pick up weapon energy, the game freezes as you pick it up, or any health for that matter when you need it. So that means we're going to be using these weapons. I don't know when. Probably not in this boss fight. Actually, I think you do use Commando Man's weapon in this boss fight. You can either use Sheep Man's or Commando Man's, and in the Mega Man TAS, Commando Man's was used. So let's see how base does it. Commando Man's weapon's already out. Surely that's going to be what happened. Yep, okay. And there goes the Crab Puncher. Very easy boss. There's more than one way to cheese it, and again, that's just one of them. And we're already at Wily 3. Here we go. Another banger soundtrack from this, or song from this game. I'm sorry. This soundtrack as a whole is a banger. And we're at the auto scroller. Is base going to be able to do anything else? I think the screen scroll has a mandatory speed. I don't think like using trouble to fly up will make it go any faster, but we'll see. Maybe there's a glitch. Okay, we're on floor 3F. I just noticed that. 3F, everybody. That's the same as I don't know if you guys sort my videos by oldest, you'll probably see how to add up to 100 custom characters in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm pretty sure it's Fighter 3F, that's the clone character, which sounds like a bunch of jargon, but if you ever want to mod your Wii, or Smash Brawl for that matter, and add an extra character, the character number is going to be 3F, if I'm not mistaken, which, again, I guess my first, like, 20 subscribers who don't watch my videos anymore might get that reference, but what is going on here? What a crazy invincibility. What a great strat. I'm sorry I just talked over that. But my goodness, at least you guys got to see it. Luckily, there wasn't much to explain there. That was just very impressive. But using invincibility frames and freezing those guys to go over the spikes without using that weird Blade Man gimmick. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Oh, Moon Dash? I've seen the moonwalk plenty of times in these Mega Man tasks, but a Moon Dash is another level of it. My goodness. And you love to see it, too. You love to see it. Narrowly dodging these spikes. As usual, TAS never like gives any room for error. Oh, and the base 1-ups look so weird. And of course, unlike Mega Man, you don't have to do weird strats to get up to that boss gate the second it spawns. You can just use Trouble or a Gospel in the Japanese version. And we're already at the boss, one of the worst castle bosses of all time, the Square Devil, or as I like to call him, the Minecraft Devil. Okay, I'll be honest, I've never called him the Minecraft Devil before in my entire life, but maybe we should start. Because he's a square, and Minecraft has squares. Is everything faster in the base run? I feel like base is obviously faster with dashes, but it feels like everything moves faster. Again, great fight. That fight's really hard to one cycle. You just gotta snipe all of your balls, but yeah, I guess let's move on. And we're already at Wily 4. Crazy stuff, guys. Collecting some weapon energy, of course. Gotta get that weapon energy. Now again, this could be the final Wily level. It was a skull after all, and sometimes that means it's the last Wily level, while other times it doesn't mean that. I'm not sure why Wily sometimes puts a skull on the final level or the second to last level. It's not like Mega Man's gonna stop when he gets to a skull. I don't know, but it's time for the refights, guys. Let's just appreciate these. Solar Man's probably going to be a lot of the same. He was the last Robot Master we defeated, so we had all of his weaknesses. But who's next? Next up is Sheep Man, and, you know, once again, probably going to be very similar. We already have all the weaknesses. But now we have Commando Man as well as his weakness. So instead of getting melted pretty fast, he got melted extremely fast. But it's Pump Man's turn to be melted now, which is weird because he's made of water. That doesn't really melt, but it happened. We just saw it. Now it's Strike Man's turn for destruction. And you're out. that was a baseball joke. You guys play baseball? Strike. You get out. Anyway, Nitro Man. There's Nitro Man. Look at Nitro Man. Oh, he just ran into those spikes. That made his tire real flat and he died. And Chill Man enters the scene. I wonder how this fight's going to go. Oh, he's getting messed up with his weakness and with the blades. Speaking of the blades, it's time for Blade Man. But who studied the blade more, Blade Man or TAS? Well, let's find out. Or let's not. Let's just use the missile. The missile beats the blade most of the time. As far as I'm aware, missiles are pretty overpowered and dangerous on a practical level. I mean, you guys know missiles, right? Anyway, here's the Wily Machine. Again, very clean. This Wily Machine is probably the easiest one. Ooh, we get to see Treble being used. Oh, never mind. It was just to get up there to hit some weapons on them. I guess it's slow to do that more than once, but I mean, that was satisfying to watch at the very least. I was surprised we didn't see Treble use twice there to get all those weapons in, but I guess it's slower. I mean, it's TAS. Whatever TAS does is the faster way. But wait, I thought that was the last level. That was the skull level. Nope, you'd be mistaken. This Wily Castle is by far the biggest ever. Just scrolling the screen, we can't even keep up with the line. Where are we headed to? We're headed to outer space. What was Wily thinking when he built this? He could have built anything else. He built a space station connected to a How did we not notice that? Why didn't we go here first? And again, this is one of my favorite levels ever. I don't understand why everything's upside down, but I do like it. I think that's pretty cool. I think that, again, the flashing colors are really cool. I think the fact that there's weapon tanks and M tanks that are upside down and trying to trick you is really cool. This is just a fun level. There's not a lot to say here. Again, it's going to be a lot faster than when Mega Man did it because Base is dashing. That's kind of the whole highlight of this run. We get to see the Mega Man 10 TAS again, but this time way faster because Base is dashing. That's basically this whole video. And there's no M tank here this time. Oh, wait, there probably... No, there's a W tank. Mega Man got an M tank. Interesting. The differences between Mega Man and Base, I'm not fully aware. I've only beaten the game as Base like once or twice. But here's the final boss. As far as we're aware, how is Base going to handle it? Ooh. Throwing in Chill Man's weapon. It's going in. Base is going banana in one cycle. Mega Man didn't even do it in one cycle. Mega Man did it in 2 cycles. 1 cycle and 1 hit to be precise as far as I remember. But Base did it in 1 singular cycle. What a way to destroy Dr. Wily, Base. Oh my goodness gracious. And Wily finally lands and I can't read, so I don't know what's happening here. But Mega Man saved Dr. Wily. I don't know why Base would do that. That's... Ah! Jump scare every time. My goodness gracious. Wait, Auto? Wait, is Base working for Dr. Light? He didn't have the same role cutscene as Mega Man. I guess Base is in Dr. Light's lab. I thought we would have a different cutscene. Maybe there was one and TAS skipped it, but in the Mega Man one, it's unskippable because otherwise TAS would have skipped it. But interesting story development. I've never paid attention to that. But that was an amazing run. I know that was very similar to the Mega Man 10 TAS, but I really enjoyed watching the base edition to this TAS. It made the game a whole lot faster, and I know I didn't cover the Proto Man version of Mega Man 9. I'm not going to do the Proto Man version of Mega Man 10 either, because there's not any major differences that makes the game faster or shows off more tricks. But since base is 5 full minutes faster than the other TAS, I mean, we had to take a look at it. Am I just a base fan because I did the same thing with Rockman and Forte? No. Both of the runs were significantly different. But either way, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and next time we are going to be finally taking a look at the Mega Man 11 TAS. Now, this is a TAS I've literally never seen a single clip from. I've never watched any of these TASes all the way through, but I've seen clips of most of them, and I've seen speedruns of all of these games. But Mega Man 11, I've only seen like 1 or 2 speedruns of, and it wasn't even the full game, so I'm very excited to see that. But that's gonna have to wait until next time. This video is over, so I hope you enjoyed it because it's time to go. Get out. Leave. Get out of my house.